Thanks for listening to Plain Talk. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share with your colleagues and peers. To get show notes and listen to more episodes, visit our website at ipsmllc.com/category/podcasts.
Welcome to Plain Talk. Today we have Jordan on, and her and I are going to be talking about research. So, Jordan, can you tell me a little bit about the research you do in your job as an account administrator?
Yeah, so I would say one of the main forms of research that I do in my job is new client research. When we get a new client, it's really important to just understand who they are as a client, as a business, even as a person, and then understand their industry because we have the knowledge and expertise to serve them well in our company, but that doesn't mean that we are experts on wedding venues or ranching or stuff like that. So it's really important to just start understanding who they are, and we like to conduct an audit. So we'll look at their website, their social media, advertising, and anything else that they're doing to just get a feel of what they're doing well, what they could improve on, and then we like to look at what other people are doing in the industry. So competitive analysis is a really great way to do that. We just take local competitors and then maybe a few out of the region just to see what else is happening across the country. And we'll do the same audit on them, see what they're doing well, what they can improve on, and kind of just get little bits of understanding of how best we can serve our client through this research. So I would say client research is a huge part, just like other things about anything we might need to know on them or the industry or stuff like that. So that is a really great way to understand who our clients are and how we can best help them in their marketing. Another big form of research that I do is blog writing. So of course, when you go to write a blog, you can't just choose a topic and dive into it. You need to find credible resources to find the information that you're looking for. And then I like to form that into an outline, just all nice and neat, send to the client because we are not positioned, like I am not the expert in the topic. I don't know much about HVAC, but if I can research it well enough to write it and then add our clients' knowledge and expertise and ideas into that blog as well, it really creates a really nice blog post that represents who they are and what information they're wanting to tell their audience. So I say that research is super important because you do need to find like nice, credible sources where you can trust that information and you know that it's correct because ultimately you are feeding other people that information. So we don't want to spread any misinformation, things that aren't true, things that are outdated or may have changed. So making sure you get good resources for those is really important. And then the last form of research that I do is our internal analytics for our business and our clients' businesses. Because it's really easy to know, like, you have to do outside research. Like, outside research is super important, but then also when it comes to internal research, like, what are you doing? How is it serving your clients? Like, are there things that you need to change, need to improve on? What's working, what's not working? Like, just connecting all the dots and pieces and looking at the analytics and the data to really see, like, how you're performing.
Definitely. I know, like, even being a content creator, I do a lot of research as well. It's kind of like researching, like, what kind of content is working, like, what's performing well, what people want to see, and even, like, researching designs for content, like, which designs are effective for doing your marketing, and then also, like, finding out where we want to place our content, like which social platforms we want to use, and just seeing like where our audience is. So recently I've been doing a lot of research with Pinterest and TikTok. Those are my two that I really don't know a lot about. But while researching these two social platforms, I'm kind of like looking at what other businesses are doing, especially businesses that are similar to ours. Just checking out their TikTok pages and Pinterest pages, just to get an idea of what kind of content they're doing and seeing what's performing well for them and getting ideas from that. Also, I've been like looking into what we need to get started, coming up with like a game plan. I've been creating basically strategy templates of all the information we need, just getting an outline of the kind of content we want to use, and even just starting to list like ideas like TikTok videos and stuff like that. And even before like doing this podcast, like I wanted to research itself and like how important it is. And it really comes down to it's super helpful in problem solving. Just it keeps you up to date on the latest information. Everything's constantly changing, and just knowing that, I mean, we know in the marketing world, like everything can change the next day. So it's just so important to just be on top of it. And it also like builds your credibility because it gives you a solid basis for forming your thoughts and even like your opinions. And this relates to the work you do, especially it can be super helpful in business as well for us because we do so much with like market research, that's a big part of our job. So when it comes down to research, you have to make sure you are effectively acquiring your knowledge. You always have to be like exploring social media, reading newsletters, listening to podcasts. There's a lot of really great ones out there, especially marketing ones. Listening to the experts and, always reading different content and just staying up to date. But one thing we did want to talk about is we recently went to a PRSA event with a speaker, Matt Seltzer, and he talked a lot about research. Jordan, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you learned at the event?
Yeah, it was a really awesome event put on by PRSA this month. Matt Seltzer works for a company called Intuify in Las Vegas, and they ultimately conduct like big surveys and data analyses for their clients.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that they do that because he really connected it to how data and studies really do show up in headlines everywhere. Like you'll see many times like 30% of people believe this, or 84 men believe that, or this recent study shows this, because news really does like hard facts and data and like a reliable analysis of something. Mm-hmm. So he was telling us how it can easily connect to PR and producing content and articles for your businesses or your clients' businesses. And so I thought that was really cool because even in the middle of it, Kathy turned to me and she was like, oh my gosh, we have so much data for Carson Valley Meats. This would be fantastic if we can use this data for something like this. And that's exactly what I was thinking in my head too as I was listening to him. So it was just a really cool presentation. And my favorite part was he conducted a study for a diamond business, and he just wanted to get like a really crazy fun headline out of it that he would gather views and clicks. So he asked a survey of men who had bought engagement rings, and he asked them, do you think a diamond is stronger or the Hulk is stronger? And a lot of the men chose the Hulk. So the title was like 73% of men believe that the Hulk is stronger than a diamond. And that's a fascinating article. Like I'm going to click on that and then I'm going to see like what this company is who conducted this study and learn about them. And like just it's a really unique way to gather PR for your company. So I just thought it was super cool.
Yeah, he definitely had so much knowledge on research in general. It was definitely a super fun event. And I think he works for Intuify, so you guys should definitely check him out. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan. It was good talking to you, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for listening to Plain Talk. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share with your colleagues and peers. To get show notes and listen to more episodes, visit our website at ipsmllc.com/category/podcasts.